When a college boy is dumped by his girlfriend, he develops an ability to stop time. How great will this power impact his life, and will it help him get a new romantic partner? Hi, welcome Reels Review. Today, I will explain a 2006 British romantic comedy drama film called Cashback. Spoilers ahead. Watch out and enjoy. The film revolves around struggling artist Ben Willis. As the film starts, Ben recounts how the world is a strange place as his girlfriend Susie yells at him. It turns out he has broken up with her and she is furious about it all. In the end, she hits him with a lamp on his face. Being a college student, Ben encounters Susie all the time in the cafeteria. She has moved on and is dating another guy. He can only speculate how fast his girlfriend seems to have moved on. His best friend Sean has less success with women than Ben, but he encourages him to move on. The two have been friends since childhood. Despite their weird personalities, the two seem to be available for each other. Men's loyalty is admirable. In art class, a naked fat man poses to be painted, but Ben pays attention to a beautiful girl in the class until his teacher calls him on it. Ben stays in an apartment off campus, but most of the residents are students. His apartment is adorned with paintings of naked women, every guy's dream. Each night, he hears the couples having sex, and this makes some waves of regret come crawling back. He remembers that he had broken up with his girlfriend because he didn't think he could make her happy. One night, the pangs of loneliness strike him, and he calls his ex-girlfriend, who hangs up after Ben asks whether she had slept with the guy she was currently dating. Ben's thoughts about Susie continue to eat him away and wear him down, and he develops insomnia. No matter what, he cannot sleep. Clearly, the breakup has proven to be quite a mental ordeal to this young man. Suddenly, he finds himself with 8 extra hours that he cannot figure out what to do with. Despite wishing time would pass quickly, he finds himself in a cruel twist of fate as each minute that passes makes him remember Susie. One day, he visits a local supermarket but finds he is down to his last penny. Lucky for him, the supermarket is hiring friendly people to join the night shift. So, he writes a great resume, impressing the manager, Alan Jenkins, who welcomes him to the supermarket. Despite having a job, Ben cannot help but feel as though life is a boring monotony. One day, a female employee, Sharon, reports late for work. Ben notices that Jenkins touches Sharon inappropriately, but she does not respond to that. His boss is revealed to be a temperamental man when he smacks Ben on the head for failing to pick up fallen peas on the floor. Ben recounts his coworkers' weird habits. Sharon never looks at the clock for fear that time may stop still. Barry thinks he is a daredevil stuntman whose fame ended when his manager posted a stunt gone wrong, ruining his career. There is Matt, who is Barry's best friend, and the two make their days memorable by making lewd jokes and comments, landing in trouble with their boss often. One time, the two are caught playing with sausage. You don't want to know how. They are given a duty of selling certain women's products, and the two sneakily add them to the women's cart. The two can make good salesmen in the outside world. Another time, the two decide to have a skating contest but end up badly injured after ramming into a customer's trolley. Excitement and danger seem to be the calling cards of these two. Ben recounts how, as he fails to sleep, so does his mind create a thin figment between reality and imagination. Ben reveals that, as an artist and painter, he has always found the female form as his greatest motivation. He explains how he had always been fascinated by the female body since he was a little boy. One time, his parents had taken in a Swedish exchange student, and Ben happened to see her walk naked from the bathroom to her room. It is there, ladies and gentlemen, that his fascination starts. It is during these boring times that Ben lets his imaginations run wild. This is a way to escape the boredom of the inherent night shift. One day, he imagines all the female patrons in the supermarket stopped in time. This gives him a chance to undress them and draw their forms in his notebook. Pervert alert! Finally, his wish becomes true and he realizes he can stop time. All he has to do to unfreeze time is crackle his fingers. The next morning, his friend bangs on his door and starts asking how he is faring on. Ben is surprised at how Sean thinks and reasons despite being his best friend for years. A flashback is shown of when the two were kids. Sean discovers his parents' dirty magazine collection and they sneak off to watch them when the parents leave. However, the mother comes back for her handbag. The boys sneak back into the living room, but seeing how turned on the boys were, Sean's mother assumes they were fooling around and dubbed them gay. There's a girl in the neighborhood called Natalie. This pretty girl showed Sean her vulva in exchange for 50 pence. She gains popularity in the neighborhood and boys line up to see her. Life continues as usual, and Ben starts falling for Sharon. Their boss signs the team up for a weekend football game. The poor blokes cannot play soccer to save their lives and suffer a humiliating defeat of 26-0. They have 0. Ben freezes time again and starts wandering around the football grounds. I guess it's for the thrill. He is quite shocked when he discovers that there is another person with this ability. This person can move inside the frozen world, and he runs away quickly when Ben spots him. Too much for being unique, right? The minute he chooses to stop time is quite a risky one, and Jenkins falls on the floor, suffering multiple injuries. Ben and Sharon go to a diner for a late-night snack and ask if Sharon is dating Jenkins. He is quite relieved when the answer is negative. The two spend some time talking, and Sharon reveals that she wishes she could travel the world to South America. Sharon also confesses how she had always wanted to be with a painter, as a painter would see her and understand her. It seems like Ben can be lucky if he plays his cards right. As a parting shot, Sharon kisses Ben and, for the first time in weeks, he falls asleep. He is woken up by a call from a guy called Alex. Alex is an art gallery owner who says he is interested in Ben's work and would like to display his art. This is the big break Ben had been waiting for. Jenkins decides to throw a party for his birthday and, as a consolation for the team's defeat, "I want this, boss." Sharon asks Ben to be her date and he gladly agrees. The day of the party dawns and partygoers all over are getting ready. Jenkins tries to conceal his injuries to no avail, so he lets them be while Matt stuffs his underpants to have a larger girth appearance. Ben goes to pick up Sharon and is stunned by her beauty. At the party, Ben encounters Susie. Susie has come to the party after being invited by Jenkins' brother. Sean has tough luck with his date, but is quite lucky when a stripper comes in. It turns out the stripper is Natalie, their mutual childhood friend. Jenkins tries to come on to Sharon, but appears pathetic and Sharon pushes him away. Meanwhile, Ben is in the queue waiting to use the bathroom when he encounters Susie. Susie apologizes for leaving him and wants to get back together, but Ben is not interested. Coincidentally, Barry decides to show off some cool staircase technique, so everybody's attention is on him. Barry is behind Ben. Susie, despite being rejected, kisses Ben. Everybody, well, those not higher than kites, witness this, and Sharon is part of the crowd. She sees the kiss and turns around, wanting to leave. Ben pushes Susie away and notices Sharon leaving. He realizes that she had seen the worst part of the 2-second kiss exchange. Desperate, he freezes time. After spending the equivalent of 2 days in the frozen time, he realizes that he can slow down, speed up, or pause time, but he cannot rewind it. This hits him like a ton of bricks, and he has to face the consequences of his actions. Barry too gets a taste of his own medicine when he nearly breaks his neck. Ben goes to explain himself to Sharon at her apartment, but Sharon is so angry. A scene similar to what happened at the beginning of the movie occurs. Only this time, another woman is at the screaming end. She yells at Ben and tells him to go away and leave him alone. Since that day, Sharon never shows up to work at the supermarket. On Monday, as the art dealer had requested, Ben shows up with samples of his work. He is rudely shocked when Alex does not recognize him and, at this point, realizes his friends had tricked him. However, as he was already at the gallery, Alex offers to look at the samples. He is amazed by Ben's talent and asks to see more samples. He has Ben book an appointment with his secretary. Quite expected when all your art pieces depicts women's sensuality. One day, Sharon receives an invitation in her mail. She has been invited to attend Ben's exhibition of A Frozen Second. In the event, a smartly dressed Ben is approached by another art dealer who is interested in his work and congratulates his work. The dealer, Anna, has a gallery in New York and would love to talk with Ben about his next show. Ben reveals that he would like to paint in South America, showing he hopes to fulfill Sharon's dream of traveling to South America. At that moment, Sharon enters the gallery and is surprised. She is the focal point of the art, with all pieces depicting her. It seems Ben would freeze her and draw her almost all the time. Ben approaches her and asks why she has not been coming to work. Sharon reveals she had gotten a job in a traveling agency. Ben apologizes to Sharon and says it does not matter what second she saw, all that matters is how you use each of it. Anna is moved by the display and forgives Ben. Ben realizes that he can bring Sharon in on his power. He kisses her and freezes time. Sharon can move in the frozen world and the two step out into a time-frozen snowfall. Our film ends as the two kiss passionately, and Ben advises people to take pride in the little moments embedded in seconds so they do not miss them. Moral of the story: when a woman is yelling at you, be quiet. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please consider to like and subscribe. Bye!